They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my ass in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there?
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down.
Let them do. If you get
Chosen Wilkins
If you get aggravated, you're feeding into
made a lie and said that I tried to hurt myself. Chosen Wilkins.
I mean, we've had multiple. My office has talked to him. He's been there. I mean, for somebody that's wanting to hurt himself.
I take pictures with people every day. How am I?
I don't know if it was that. It could have been, like I said, one of the 3. You could have said you threatened to hurt someone else, threatened to hurt yourself.
It's like Uncle Will, you know. Who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice.
Bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills. Bryshere Gray. Left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Bryshere Gray is finally breaking his silence about what he says went down with Will and Diddy, and the details are shaking people up fast. After Jaguar Wright and Katt Williams dropped some heavy accusations about his past, Bryshere stepped forward to tell his side, and it's not pretty at all. At one point, Bryshere was lined up to be one of the next big black actors in Hollywood. Doors wide open, future looking solid.
Bryshere Gray, one of the stars of the hit show Empire. Tonight we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had assaulted her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of...
And about Bashire's mom, I'ma kick you in your pussy and then I'ma go to work North Philly style. Kill. And Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. You can see that bitch came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bryshere, to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago safe to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's whore. That's all she ever was. She went from dealer to dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag, until she got with Larry Lair, my friend who raised Bryshere in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy. And I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gay.
Now, according to reports, he's struggling online just to survive, hustling however he can to keep a roof over his head, and that fall from grace has people stunned. Things allegedly got so dark recently that police showed up at his place after a call claimed Bryshere was in serious emotional distress, and that alone had the internet in shock. Now let's be clear. Stories about Diddy allegedly pressuring young adult men in the industry into bizarre, cult-like party situations have been floating around for years. None of this popped up overnight. Katt Williams has openly said he spoke out because he almost got pulled into something similar himself. He explained that powerful figures tried to dangle movie roles in exchange for crossing personal boundaries, and he wasn't going for it at all. Katt said he turned it down flat, but later noticed something wild. A group of other black men ended up landing the same movie roles, and that's when it clicked for him. He believes those men were manipulated behind the scenes, pushed into situations they didn't fully agree with, all for a shot at Hollywood success. The streets say this isn't just rumors anymore. It's a pattern people can't ignore. The moment Katt spilled that tea, the internet started connecting dots fast, and people began asking the same question out loud. Is this why Bryshere vanished from Hollywood so suddenly? Folks noticed the timing didn't feel random at all. Right after Bryshere started moving in circles with Will Smith and Diddy, his career went quiet. People online claim that just like Katt, Bryshere was allegedly pushed into uncomfortable situations tied to promised acting opportunities. And when he supposedly tried to speak up or pull the curtain back, that's when the doors slammed shut on him completely.
He's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love, and all he has to do is add discipline, and he's gonna be all right.
Collectively, including Will Smith. Let's not leave him out. Why your son hates you? Why does your son hate you? What did you do to him?
They had said to me, yo, I had to suck a lot of to get to this position.
I have a career, I'm an artist, I have a lot of things to lose.
Now here's the part most people already know, but it matters. Bryshere was first discovered by talent manager Charlie Mack, who took him under his wing and became his manager. Charlie plugged him into the right rooms and landed him an audition for Hakeem Lion on Empire. Bryshere crushed that audition, secured the role, and the show exploded into a massive hit. His career was moving full speed, money flowing, spotlight locked in. But this is where the story starts getting real messy. Charlie reportedly decided to introduce Bryshere to Will Smith, hoping Will could mentor him into becoming a full-blown Hollywood heavyweight. Soon after that, Bryshere was allegedly introduced to Diddy as well, because he wanted to chase music alongside acting. At the time, nobody saw danger in those connections like they do now. Looking back, people say the warning signs were always there. Rumors have floated for years claiming powerful mentors used guidance as a cover to cross personal boundaries with young adult men.
I'm gonna slap him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent, and she let Charlie tune that boy up on knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a Philly whore. You're a whore. You're a big old and they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry. The Brishere conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Belial and I asked Belial to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his fucking book.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Nobody care about these kids. Don't nobody care about these kids.
One of the loudest claims came from Marquette, who once wrote on Facebook that Will was living a secret life and claimed his first marriage ended after shocking discoveries. These are allegations, not proven facts. But once stories like this hit the streets, they don't just disappear. When Jada comes out as gay and her beard husband admits his first marriage ended after shocking discoveries, then I'll listen. That's the kind of statement floating around online right now, and it only added gasoline to an already blazing situation. Jaguar Wright doubled down on similar claims recently, saying Will allegedly misled young adult men with promises of mentorship, only for things to spiral into disturbing territory. These are allegations, not proven facts, but they've been spreading fast and loud. Jaguar even brought up a moment she claims stood out the most, alleging that Bryshere and Meek Mill once ran out of Will's house yelling for help. That story alone had people stunned and asking serious questions. She didn't stop there either. Jaguar also hinted at deep family tension involving Will and his son Jaden. But to be clear, she framed it as household conflict and emotional strain, not criminal behavior. She suggested this tension might explain why Jaden chose independence at a young age, which opened up another wave of speculation. What really made people raise eyebrows was Will's response pattern. According to critics, he didn't publicly address those claims, but he did move quickly to threaten legal action against a former assistant who alleged witnessing inappropriate behavior involving another adult. That contrast had the internet talking nonstop. Now circling back to Diddy, people have long questioned why Bryshere's music career never fully launched, especially with someone that powerful in his corner. Things get even darker when folks point out that before Bryshere was allegedly placed under Diddy's guidance, Diddy's name had already surfaced in a 2013 federal court document. During questioning, music manager James Roseman reportedly made statements that later fueled even more speculation. None of this has been proven in court, but the timeline alone has people shook and demanding real answers. In a federal questioning tied to a major case, a convicted music figure was reportedly asked about rumors surrounding entertainers and their private lives, including claims about inappropriate behavior, and that alone sent shockwaves through the industry. Nothing was proven in that moment, but the questions themselves raised eyebrows and fueled years of speculation that people still talk about today. After Empire wrapped up, Bryshere's career didn't just slow down, it completely collapsed. His legal troubles started stacking up fast, with multiple arrests that shocked fans who remembered him at his peak. The most serious case came in 2022, when he was convicted of aggravated assault involving an adult partner he was seeing at the time. Before that, there were other incidents too, including a 2020 situation where his then-wife ran to a nearby gas station begging for help. She told police she had been attacked and lost consciousness, which led to another disturbing arrest. When officers later showed up to take him into custody, Bryshere reportedly refused to come out of his home, escalating the situation even more. Once his mugshots hit the internet, people couldn't stop talking about how different he looked. The physical and emotional decline was impossible to ignore, and that's when many started saying this industry really broke him. What makes this hit harder is that Bryshere was actually doing well before linking up with powerful mentors. He was landing small acting gigs, popping up on TV, and building momentum the right way. But once he reportedly distanced himself from those connections, everything stopped cold. Around the same time, stories and rumors started spreading online, and his career never recovered. To a lot of people watching from the outside, the pattern looks ugly, the timing looks wild, and the fallout feels way too real to brush off. Jaguar Wright popped back up in another interview, and this time she sounded way more heated than before. She zeroed in on Bryshere again and didn't hold back at all. Jaguar openly blamed Charlie Mack and Bryshere's mother, Andrea, accusing them of working together to place him in situations that allegedly led to exploitation, corruption, and eventually being iced out of the industry. Those claims hit hard and immediately stirred backlash online. Jaguar then made another explosive claim. She said that after Cassie filed her legal case, Bryshere was allegedly in talks with lawyers about bringing his own lawsuit against Will and Diddy. According to her, that plan never moved forward because Bryshere was supposedly warned and felt his safety was at risk. That allegation alone had people stunned because it paints a picture of serious pressure behind the scenes. She went even further and claimed there are hidden recordings involving several high-profile figures. But to be very clear, these statements are unverified allegations and no evidence has been made public. Any mention of younger individuals in this context remains strictly claims made by Jaguar and not established fact, and no wrongdoing has been proven. When people talk about the lawsuit Jaguar may be referencing, many believe it ties back to a rumored $50 million civil case involving Diddy and Will that Bryshere was allegedly preparing at one point. A blind item even hinted at this, stating, "I suspect the soon-to-step-forward male victim of this A-list mogul will not be the last man to do so." Whether true or not, these accusations have kept the conversation burning and the pressure rising fast. As expected, once Sean Diddy Combs' name hit the conversation, the internet went into full meltdown mode. The comments didn't hold back at all. One person wrote, "Diddy and Will Smith turned Bryshere Gray out. That boy is now bisexual. I was scrolling on Twitter and landed on his page by accident." That single comment opened the floodgates, with people arguing nonstop about influence, power, and how fame can twist someone's life sideways. Another commenter came from a place of real pain and said, "This is so sad. I definitely believe him. He really went through something. I pray he gets himself together." Then someone else jumped in with, "He's so talented. I pray he gets the justice he deserves." You could feel the heartbreak in those words. No matter where people stand on the allegations, a lot of viewers agree on one thing: watching someone spiral like this is hard to ignore. Others pointed out how common it is for powerful figures to escape accountability while the damage shows up in the lives of those with less control. People keep asking why Bryshere's downfall happened so fast and why the people who were supposed to protect him stayed silent when everything fell apart. The comment sections across platforms are still on fire, and the debate isn't slowing down anytime soon. Now, I really want to hear from you. What do you think about the allegations surrounding Diddy and Will Smith? Do you believe Bryshere's story, or do you think there's more we still don't know? And do you think it's truly over for Bryshere, or could this be the start of him finally telling his truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives and messy celebrity drama, share this video if it made you think, and click here to watch the next very messy one. I'll see you on the next one.